guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and wear test on this new Makeup Revolution IRL Filter Longwear Foundation. That was a long name, but I'm really excited to get into this because it is an affordable find and I want to see how this will perform on my face for the entire day. So if you guys want to watch this review, please go ahead and do so because I'm about to give you all the tea. Okay guys, so I already went ahead and did all my skincare routine. I did moisturizer, I did sunscreen, all that good stuff. For primer, I did go in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer just because I really wanted that nice priming consistency. So now we can just go in with the foundation. Now I do quickly want to read about this foundation just because I always like to give you guys all the facts. It is a drop the filter, introducing this Filter Longwear Foundation. It's filter in a bottle. It's medium to full coverage that has a soft focus, breathable, matte formula and is available in 30 shades. It's supposed to give you 16-hour wear from day to night, and it's a super coverage with 20% more pigment. I'm really excited about this because I feel like it's been a while since we've seen like a matte foundation. There's been just a lot of like natural finish foundation. So whenever I see something matte, as somebody that does have combination to oily skin, I have a very oily T-zone, this is very needed. So you guys know the drill. On one side, I'm gonna use my sponge and on the other side, I'm gonna use my brush. So I did purchase the shade 7 and I'm hoping this suits me. It's so hard to find foundation shades online. But we shall see. This may be a little lighter than what I want, but we can warm it up, hopefully. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a little lighter. Okay, so I'm gonna be using my Araceli Beauty Sponge, and I'm just gonna be blending this out. Yeah, this shade is light. It's okay. I would probably recommend shade 7.5 or shade 8. I will say though, because I have no peach fuzz on my face, this looks flawless. You guys can see, look at this difference. Definitely covered everything it needed to cover, but the formula does feel good. And look how much product I still have left over. So we have more than enough to move on to this side. It's like a very creamy and pigmented formula. I love when a formula is like so creamy. Look at that, like look at that pigment. That pigment is there. Guys, don't come for me for the color. Like I mentioned, purchase it online. Usually I like nail the colors, you know? This is the one time that I'm like, okay, oxidize slightly. This is just a lot for me right now. Another thing that I would love to see is for this foundation to be sold at Ulta, because usually the Revolution brand is sold at Ulta, but for some reason this one isn't sold at Ulta yet. I don't know why. So maybe it's just my Ulta. I haven't seen it. If you guys have seen it, let me know and I'll try another Ulta, because I've been looking for it because I'm like, I don't want to get the wrong shade, and here we are now. I do have a little bit of dryness right here and I feel like it's clinging on. So I would say if you do have dry skin, make sure that you go in and really hydrate your face, because the last thing you want is for the foundation to really stick onto the skin. And I feel like just because I did go ahead and, you know, use a foundation and then with a brush for dry skin, I wouldn't recommend. I would say use a sponge, just because this foundation is very pigmented. You just want to make sure that you get like a little bit more smooth out effect than this. So I would be careful if you do have dry skin, just because I feel like it may be a little too intense. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my first initial thoughts, first impressions, and let you guys know what I'm thinking, and then we can do our in natural lighting clip, which will be really interesting to see considering the fact that this foundation is not the same color as my complexion, and then we can make it work out and start a wear test. So I'll be back in a little bit to give you guys my first initial thoughts. Okay guys, so I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup. I'm still in my bathrobe because I'm still finishing up getting ready, and I was like, it's super cozy, so let's just stay in the bathrobe and then I'll change afterwards because I'm heading out soon. But I wanted to come on camera and show you guys how the foundation is looking. I literally went all out with my glam today because I'm going to take some pictures for Instagram, but I wanted to go all out. So let's talk about this new Makeup Revolution foundation. Guys, honestly, it's not bad. And I got past the color because I was able to bronze it up. I did take my cream contour sticks that I love so much, the Fenty Beauty ones. They are in the shade Mocha, and I used that to warm everything up, and it was fine. I will say, because this is a more so matte foundation, it doesn't work the best with setting powders. I personally like to set my under eyes because I do crease on the under eyes, and I feel like the area where I apply the powder to set it for a few seconds, it got a little bit more on the thicker side. So I would say tread lightly with powders, especially if you are baking for this. I would say if you want to set your face or set your under eyes, I would use a pressed powder because it's not sitting on top of the skin. If you used a setting powder that's loose, it's sitting on top of the skin for a little bit and then you dust it away, and it's like a lot of product buildup on here. So that's the only thing. And it's kind of interesting because the foundation isn't necessarily very heavy. It's very lightweight, but I think just because it sets into a matte consistency, it definitely does make it so where, like, I feel like in certain areas it does cling onto texture or powders. Another thing that I noticed is that it didn't work the best with my cream blush. I don't know if you guys can see, you guys will see up close and personal. I'll show you guys here in this area, on the blush area, it did separate when I was pressing my brush to blend out my liquid blush. Wasn't the biggest fan of that. If you do have dry skin, I would just stay away from this because this is definitely a more matte foundation. I don't know why on me, maybe because I have little dry patches in certain parts of my face because of my rosacea, that it just did not do well, and it kind of like got stuck with that. So that's just something that I would point out if you are somebody that does have that concern, like, is it gonna be too dry on my skin? It may be, because you guys can see in some areas it does look a little bit dry. I'm just happy that I was able to get past the color and I was able to bronze things up to where it still kind of worked out with my complexion. But I definitely would go a shade up in this. I wouldn't get the shade 7 if you are my complexion. Maybe if you're a little bit lighter than me, 7 would work, but not if you're my complexion, it would be too light. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me just quickly touch it. I want to see. It's a little tiny bit sticky, but not anything too crazy. Just wanted to point that out for you guys. So yeah. This is what we're looking like right now. I will show you guys in natural lighting clips so you guys can see how this looks super up close and personal, especially those areas where I do feel like there's a little bit of separation. I'm gonna go ahead and carry on with the rest of my day. Right now it is noon, and I'm gonna be wearing this for the entire day because I have a lot of things to do and I wanna see how this holds up. Right now I'm not the most impressed with how it works with my other products, just because I literally use the same products that I use like for my favorites. So I know it's not the other products. I know that it's the foundation not working the best with these products. So we'll see how everything does. Since it is a matte foundation, I want to see how it does with my oily skin. I do have a very oily T-zone, so let's see if it's going to keep that nice and matte for a long period of the day. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip, and at the end of the day, stay tuned. Hey guys, so I wanted to show you guys how the foundation looks in natural lighting. You guys can see it actually doesn't look too bad. I was so worried that I was going to look absolutely insane. I definitely do feel like warming up the face definitely helped it out, but I have to say it's not too bad. So this is what we're looking like super up close. You guys can see the areas where I was talking about with a little bit of separation on the blush, with the foundation right here. Right here, do you guys see that right there? This camera is super HD, but it like really shows you the skin. You guys can see that there is a little bit of separation. I also do feel like it does enhance my texture. So that's just something to keep in mind. But let me know what your thoughts are on this. I just feel like it doesn't look the smoothest. All in all, we'll figure it out. Hopefully it gets better through the day, but this is what it's looking like. Okay guys, so I am back right now. It is midnight and I am literally about to fall asleep. So I wanted to come on here and quickly give you guys my check-in. It's super late, so I'm trying to be quiet, but let's talk about this foundation. Okay, so this is what we're looking like. Honestly guys, I don't really like it. I feel like it separated a lot on my skin. It did not look pretty. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it wasn't what I was expecting. I don't think this is Longwear because I literally wore this for the entire day and it doesn't look good right now. You guys can see. So I would say pass on this. There's a lot of great foundations out there. You guys have seen me talk about really good foundations. I just don't think this one is it, and it makes me really sad because this is like a matte finish,
breathable formula, long wearing, and I just don't feel like I'm getting any of that. Also the color, if you do decide to get this, do not get color 7 because this will be too light for you if you are around my complexion. I'll have my shade references down below and my recommended shade if you do want to get this, but that's pretty much all the tea I have for you guys. So I'm kind of sad it didn't work out because I love when a foundation works out for me. I love trying good products that I really love, and I feel like this one wasn't the best for me. Doesn't mean it won't work for you, but I just feel like for me it wasn't the best. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing these type of videos for you guys. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. And I will see you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.